think people are good people in general. I think everyone is a kind person, but they are sometimes deluded or sometimes propagandized against certain positions and are made fearful of alternative visions of a better future.
What's going on, y'all? Apparently, Hasan Piker did this trash interview, and we're going to take a look at it. It is embarrassing if I was him, but I think he thought it was a flex. Let's check out this softball interview a little bit more because we did touch on it briefly in a previous video. All right, let's keep it going.
But even among those who agree with you on the issues, there are some that say that sometimes the way that you express that or the language that you use is, for some, it's not productive. And so I wonder sort of how you think about that trade-off and, how you approach it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a question I get all the time. And the way I see what I do, oftentimes people will say this is a cop-out, but the way I see what I do is I'm an entertainer first. And as someone who tries to make this information as palatable as possible, I'm always going to, engage in hyperbole from time to time and try to crack jokes, even though a lot of the subject matter that I'm covering is very serious stuff. But I think I want to make it as accessible as possible. So in an effort to do so, there are going to be moments where I'm joking around a little too much and then people don't like it. But anyone that follows me for 10 minutes on Twitch can talk to me in real time. And whether I have 300,000 live concurrent viewers or 30,000 live concurrent viewers, I'm constantly monitoring chat to such a degree that anytime there's a journalist in the room that's covering what I'm doing, they're like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. How are you paying attention to anything that's going on? And I have this free flow back and forth communication style in my coverage as well that I bake into my coverage as well. And that creates a unique opportunity for bad faith actors from time to time to really piss me off.
Hasan talk about his content like he deserve a Nobel Peace Prize or something. Like he talk about he changing lives every day. He is not. The way he covers anything is like a nincompoop would cover a subject. And I try not to be biased, but this dude is dense. I don't know how anyone listens to him. I'm not hating. If a fool wants to be led by a fool, that's fine by me. I like freedom. People should be able to choose whatever they consume. Hey, I watch a lot of slop. I watch a lot of bull crap. I'm into reality TV where I don't gain anything from watching it. So I see why y'all want to check out the dumpster fire, but then when he just sits here and lies, like he's a valid source of information, like he's a proper journalist or anything along those lines, how do you sit there and not say something? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but Hasan is a grifter through and through.
Provocation too. Is it important for you to be provocative to generate responses?
Provocative as far as my commentary, yes. I mean, I used to have a show on the Young Turks called Agitative Propaganda. I think it's important to do agitative propaganda to unlock the class consciousness among the masses, which is missing from this equation, I think, especially in the Western world. But as far as being provocative to say something crazy, no, that's not beneficial. I know people think that is the reason why I'm saying certain things, whether or not America deserved a certain specific day. But no, that's just coming out of me sometimes when I'm just really angry.
And they was laughing at that, ooh, that was comedy. Yeah, September 11th should be something that should be joked about in their eyes, right? I disagree. Not just because I'm from New York, not because I knew people that were around the area or maybe even in the building, not because those people have lost loved ones as well. Nah, that's not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because I'm not demonic. Yeah, I think Hasan is foul. And on a regular basis, he crosses certain lines to go viral, to get clipped up and shared and, I guess, spoken about. But guess what? He's trying to speak to the people that relate to the bull crap that he's spewing. He wants to reach the crazy extremists that think that he's right. People like me or other commentary channels that call out Hasan, yeah, we might be sharing his nonsense of what he's doing, but we're actually critiquing it. We're showing people what's wrong with what he's doing. We're not celebrating it. We're not just sharing it and just letting people think this is something that should be glorified. We're condemning it, actually. And that's why Hasan hates commentary channels, because he's trash.
But you know what's interesting is, in my experience, what I've found is that other people also share that same resentment. Other people also share that same anger. So when I'm yelling at like a transphobic person, for example, I don't even know if I should say what I yell at them, but or like a white supremacist racist, or someone who's, you know, denying the genocide in Gaza. Sometimes there are moments where I lose a little bit of control, and you know, then I get a 7-day ban. It is what it is.
The issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates. You are fucking cancer, okay? You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my...
I don't know what school that is, but they stupid. Like, for real, son. It's so much proof that he thinks the opposite of what he's saying. And I'm telling you, anything that he comes out with and just, oh, we got to do this for the trans people, for the black people, anything, he's lying, bro. He like has clips of him saying the opposite, or going after them, or saying he blatantly doesn't care. But yeah, let's clap and cheer as if he's really practicing what he preaches. Wow, bro. Y'all just want someone to agree with your extreme policies so much that you just are willing to ignore all the nastiness, all the demonic behavior. The interviewer, he not giving no kind of pushback. He just like, yeah, that's great. Whatever you say, Hasan. Whatever you say. Can I go to the party? I could go to the LA party, which I could get in there. I mean, if Diddy ain't throwing the parties, Hasan Diddy Piker, he might take over. Yeah, he might take over. I heard he got another nickname. I'm not going to say that. I ain't going to say that on here. Sign up for memberships, maybe.
I think people are good people in general. I think everyone is a kind person, but they are sometimes deluded or sometimes propagandized against certain positions and are made fearful of alternative visions of a better future. So I try to remind myself of that all the time, that everyone is, at the end of the day, a victim of social conditioning. And that definitely guides my first principles. It guides my commentary quite a bit.
Hasan Diddy Piker ain't never want the best for nobody. That sounds crazy. Who you want the best for? He didn't even want the best for Casey Tron. She went out there, just went on the ledge, defended you, and just spewed whatever bull crap you spewed, went after whoever you wanted her to go after. And then when it came time to, hey, you know, I could look out for you, let me, you know, put up or shut up. He decided, you thought I was going to say shut up. He never shut up. That's not what he did. He just didn't do anything to help her. And he's a millionaire, just like how he's a socialist and ain't do nothing with all that money. You buying mansions, why not buy shelters so you can help people? Oh, it's because you're not actually practicing what you preach. Yeah, that's a common thing with people like Hasan, the grifters. I'll come on here and I'll just say my opinion. I'm not on no sides. I don't have any political ideology. I'm not on the left or right. Hasan is clearly on an extreme side, and he's clearly spreading propaganda. Admitted it. Said he learned it from TYT. I told you it was chunky yogurt. What was he? I told you it was chunky yogurt's fault. I said it, man. Bacon grease over there. I knew it. It's your fault. You started this. He learned it from you and just put it towards streaming.
Capital owners are very effective at engaging in class warfare and have been able to delude even regular working class people into believing that they are simply not an exploited proletariat, but temporarily embarrassed millionaires and billionaires. So, for that reason, I think there is still, no matter how much domination exists, there is still this attitude amongst the dispossessed masses that things are probably fine. You know, I can go to Tim Hortons down the street and get, what are they called? The little Timbits. Yeah. It does worry me that, the right-wing forces internationally are aware of the collapse of the previous order, and they're trying to get ahead of it to the best of their ability.
Those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Yeah, Hasan should win like a Lion Award. Not because he's good at it, but just because he does it so much. Like, this gotta break records. Ain't no way. Only a little bit? I'm like, sort of, kind of am. I'm glad that the clip was played directly after. What are you talking about, Hasan? Like, what world you living in? Hasan's the type of person that will, I can't say that on YouTube. Ooh, yeah, I want this video to be monetized. He'll do something crazy extreme to you. And then when you complain about it, he'll be like, oh, what? All I did was step on your foot by accident. You like, nigga, I got a body cast on. What you talking about? They told you to stop the car. What? But I just stepped on your toe a little bit. Like, huh? What do you mean? Like, that's exactly the type of person that Hasan is. Nasty as hell, bro.
One of the things that, has been, I think, really troubling about this kind of discourse has been that the people who have been sort of backing him among the diaspora, again, think that there's something like a viable alternative there, right? And that somebody like him, he's going to bring about supposedly a secular democratic Iran. And this gets back to that point about, like, on the flip side of it, it's like, oh, it's like, if you disagree with that, then you are a terrorist supporter, etc. Right? And
I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever,
Socialist oriented Muslim man. Like, who would have thought that you get heat? But I mean, so again, I feel you on all of that. The question I think that remains in the case of Iran and that I think is really pressing is that because so much of that actual, resistance that is happening within Iran, the organic resistance by the people themselves, there are legitimate claims that people are making, right? In terms of like forms of freedom that they genuinely want to fight for, and they don't necessarily want foreign intervention.
People call Hasan a terrorist supporter because he's shown them that multiple times. He's said it himself, a plethora of occasions. Like, what are we even talking about? This interviewer is trash. If you don't get Fuzi Tube up out of here, bro. Like, what?
Solidarity is the antidote to the poison of divisiveness. Our capital overlords want us to be fighting one another all the time, neighbor against neighbor, sectarian conflict, ethnicities, all of this stuff. But in my experience, I feel alienated when I'm at home, when I'm in front of a computer. But in my experience, going all around the world, participating in protests, tasting the tear gas and pepper spray of French police and American police and, police of all different backgrounds, I can tell you that when you're in that crowd with like-minded individuals who are singularly focused, who recognize right from wrong, solidarity is the closest expression to love that I have ever felt with my fellow man, no matter where I go. And that's precisely how I maintain revolutionary optimism.
Hasan is Mr. Divide. That's all he do is just divide. Like, what? I thought he was a mathematician. He's one of the biggest causes for it. But okay, in his world, he's Martin Luther King. He wants everyone to get together. Nah, I don't think so. You're not even Burger King. That's Frogan. You cannot take her job. You know she gonna get angry. Frogan gets real angry when she ain't the Burger King or at Burger King or McDonald's or IHOP. I ain't gonna name a bunch of restaurants. I wasn't gonna say Solid Palace. That's not a real place though.
So while things feel hopeless overall, I hold on to moments like that and remind myself that there are more of us than there are of them. There are more of us out here that recognize right from wrong than there are of those who seek to divide us. And that is what's important. And that's what helps me maintain my revolutionary optimism. Solidarity forever.
Beautifully said.
It's the most gullible audience I've seen in my life. Someone holding a sign saying applaud in front of them, you would think they was filming the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in there. Like, what is happening? Hasan is one of the worst people that I've seen in streaming history. And I watched the entire saga of Ice Poseidon. I think I even did a documentary about it, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I digress. Hasan ain't never gonna learn his lesson, especially when you got people that's meat rotting and pumping him up like the host of this show and the audience. It's crazy. But anyway, tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the hype button if you're able to. Watch more videos. I'll be dropping a bunch every day, so check what you missed.